Have you ever caught yourself wondering, why do I feel like I'm losing my strength, even though I haven't changed a thing? Maybe you've noticed your arms and legs feeling a bit weaker lately. Tasks that used to be easy, lifting the shopping bag, standing up from your favorite chair, even climbing a few steps, suddenly feel like they require just a bit more effort. Or maybe your clothes are starting to feel a little looser, and not in the way you'd hope. Yet, when you step on the scale, your weight hasn't changed all that much. It's confusing, isn't it? You might shrug it off, tell yourself, it's just part of getting older. But deep down, there's this quiet, nagging thought, is this normal, or is something else happening to my body? Well, let me tell you something, this is not just about aging. It's not just time ticking away. What if I told you that behind these small, subtle changes, there is a silent thief? A sneaky, invisible force that is quietly stealing your strength every single day. No loud warning. No alarm bells. Just quietly, bit by bit, it robs you of the energy, the power, the vitality you've worked so hard to maintain all your life. And here's the part that might surprise you the most, it's not only about how active you are. It's not even about how much you rest. It's about something that happens 3 times a day, right on your plate. Yes. It's what you're eating, or more importantly, what you might be missing. See, there's one specific food, one incredible natural source of strength, that too many seniors are leaving out of their meals. Without it, your muscles slowly fade. With it, you give your body the fighting chance it deserves to stay strong, mobile, and independent for years to come. And in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly what that food is. Not only that, I'll show you the early warning signs of muscle loss that you should be watching out for, and most importantly, I'll share simple, everyday habits you can start today to fight back against this silent muscle thief. So, stick with me, my friend. Because by the end of our time together, you're going to feel more confident and more in control of your health than ever before. Your golden years are meant to be full of strength, not struggle. And together, we're going to make sure of that. Now, before we dive in, I want you to do something powerful. If you care about staying strong and active as you grow older, if you believe that your best days are still ahead, drop a comment below and write, "Stay strong." Let's make that your promise to yourself today. And don't forget to subscribe to Elder Mature Moments, because every week, we bring you caring, practical advice to help you live your life to the fullest. Alright, let's get into it. Now, let's begin right at the heart of the matter. I want you to picture someone like Mr. Johnson. A lively, spirited man, 72 years old, full of life. He had this beautiful little garden right in his backyard. Every morning, without fail, he'd step outside, take a deep breath of that crisp morning air, and get to work. He loved tending to his roses, his vegetables, even the little lemon tree that he planted with his late wife years ago. His hands were steady, his movements sure. His neighbors often admired how he kept his garden looking like a little piece of heaven. But then, something changed. Slowly, almost so quietly that he barely noticed, lifting his gardening tools started to feel heavier. At first, he thought maybe it was just a long day catching up with him. But days turned into weeks, and the tools weren't changing. They were the same rake, the same spade, the same watering can. What changed, my friend, was Mr. Johnson's muscles. Without him even realizing, his strength was slipping away. This, right here, is what we call age-related muscle loss, or if we want to get a bit more technical, sarcopenia. Now, don't let that big word scare you. Let's break it down together. Sarcopenia is what happens when your muscle fibers, the tiny building blocks that give you strength and stability, start to shrink. You see, as we get older, our bodies naturally begin to slow down the process of rebuilding and maintaining muscle. It's like a well-used machine that needs a little more care and attention to keep running smoothly. Your muscles don't just disappear overnight. It's a gradual, sneaky decline. You might first notice it when you feel a bit unsteady on your feet, or when you take longer to recover from simple tasks. Lifting the laundry basket, climbing the stairs, or even opening a stubborn jar, these things start to feel like small challenges. But let me tell you something important, this is not just an unavoidable part of getting older. Yes, sarcopenia is common in aging. But it is not inevitable. Let me say that again because it's so important, sarcopenia is common, but it is not inevitable. There is this big misconception out there, and maybe even you've thought this before, this is just what happens when you get older. There's nothing I can do about it. But that's not true. Not at all. Your body is more capable of rebuilding itself than you might think, even well into your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. Muscle loss doesn't have to be your fate. It's manageable. You have the power to slow it down. You even have the power to reverse some of its effects. So, what can you do? The answer is simpler than you might expect. First, let's talk about movement. Daily gentle resistance exercises are a fantastic start. Now, I'm not talking about heavy lifting at the gym, no. Simple movements, like light leg lifts, slow squats using a chair for support, or even resistance bands you can use from the comfort of your living room. These small, consistent actions send a powerful signal to your body, keep my muscles strong. Even a brisk walk around your home, or some light gardening like Mr. Johnson enjoyed, can do wonders. And if you pair these movements with proper, muscle-nourishing nutrition, you'll be amazed at the difference you feel. But here's the key, and I don't want you to miss this, muscle health is not just about exercise. It runs much deeper than that. It's deeply linked to what's on your plate, what you're feeding your body every single day. Because, as you'll soon see, no matter how much you move, if your body isn't getting the right building blocks from your food, your muscles won't have what they need to stay strong. So, let's go a little further, my friend. Let's step into the kitchen together and talk about something that could very well change the game for you. Because the next part of this journey is going to open your eyes to what I believe is one of the most important, and overlooked secrets to preserving your strength. Come with me, and let's talk about the critical role of protein in senior muscle health. So, let's step right into the kitchen now, because this is where the story gets even more interesting. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, that your body is like a house. A beautiful, well-built house that's sheltered you through every season of life. Now, what holds this house together? It's the bricks, isn't it? Brick by brick, they form the walls, the strength, the very structure that keeps the house standing firm against storms and winds. Well, in your body, my friend, those bricks are protein. Yes, protein. Every muscle in your body depends on it. Every step you take, every time you lift your arms, or simply sit upright in your chair, you're relying on protein to keep your structure solid. But here's where it gets tricky. As we age, our bodies start to become less efficient at using the protein we eat. It's almost like the construction crew in your body begins to slow down. They don't place the bricks as fast, and sometimes they even let a few fall to the side. That means, even if you're eating what feels like a normal amount of protein, it might not be enough anymore. What worked for you in your 30s or 40s isn't quite cutting it in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. Your body needs more, not less. But here's the sad part, many seniors, without even realizing it, start cutting back on protein at the very time they need it most. Maybe you've done this too. Maybe you thought, I don't move around as much anymore. I probably don't need as much food. Or perhaps you felt like protein is too heavy, too hard to digest, so you've leaned more towards light soups, breads, or teas. It's a common belief. But let me tell you, it's a dangerous misunderstanding. Skipping out on protein is like trying to build or repair a house without bricks. No matter how much you sweep the floors or repaint the walls, if the bricks aren't there, the house will slowly crumble. But don't worry, because here's the good news. There are plenty of ways to give your body the protein it needs, without feeling overwhelmed or uncomfortable. First, think simple. You don't need fancy powders or expensive supplements, no. Start with nature's gifts, eggs, for instance. Eggs are a fantastic source of high-quality protein, and they're easy to cook and gentle on the stomach. Scrambled, boiled, or even as part of a soft omelette, whatever suits your taste. Then there's dairy. A glass of milk, a small bowl of yogurt, or a slice of cheese, these are all excellent choices that bring both protein and calcium, a perfect combo for strong muscles and bones. If you enjoy fish, even better. Fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are not just rich in protein, but also packed with healthy fats that nourish your muscles and joints. And for my plant-loving friends, don't think I've forgotten you. Lentils, chickpeas, and beans are wonderful sources of protein too. They're hearty, versatile, and easy to add to soups, stews, or salads. What matters most is that you're feeding your body with these essential building blocks every single day. Not once a week, not occasionally, but daily. Because remember, your body doesn't store protein the way it stores fat. It needs a fresh supply regularly to keep your muscles strong and your house standing firm. And let me say this, because I know someone out there needs to hear it, it's never too late to make this change. Never too late to start rebuilding from the inside out. Even if you've been skimping on protein for years, your body will thank you the moment you start nourishing it properly. You'll feel the difference, not just in your muscles, but in your energy, your balance, and your confidence. So now that we understand just how crucial protein is for keeping your muscles alive and well, let's go one step deeper. Because there's one food in particular that stands out above the rest. One powerful, muscle-loving food that can truly make a difference in your daily strength. Are you curious? Good. Because we're about to uncover the hero of the story, the specific food that acts as a powerhouse for muscle preservation. Stay with me, my friend, because this next part could change everything for you. So, here we are, my friend. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The question has been hanging in the air, what is this powerful, muscle-preserving food? Well, let's not keep you waiting any longer. There is one natural, wholesome food that acts like pure fuel for aging muscles. It's been trusted for centuries. It's nourished generations long before us, and yet, surprisingly, it's missing from far too many senior diets today. Not because it's hard to find, but simply because people underestimate its true power. That food is none other than salmon. Yes, salmon. Now, before you think to yourself, oh, fish? That's it? Stay with me here, because I want you to truly understand why this particular food is nothing short of extraordinary. Salmon, an oily fish like it, is a muscle's best friend in the later years of life. It's rich not just in protein, but in something even more precious for aging muscles, omega-3 fatty acids. Let's unpack that. You see, salmon provides what we call high-quality protein. That means your body can easily absorb and use it to repair and build muscle tissue. Every bite of salmon delivers the very bricks we talked about earlier, the strong, sturdy material your body needs to keep your house standing tall. But salmon goes a step further. It's like those bricks come pre-coated with a special protective layer. That layer is the omega-3s. Omega-3 fatty acids work silently but powerfully inside your body. They help reduce the invisible fires of inflammation that can burn away at your muscles over time. They support muscle repair, keeping the tiny fibers of your strength flexible and ready to respond when you need them most. And here's something even more fascinating. Studies have shown that omega-3s can actually enhance muscle protein synthesis in older adults. In simple words, they make the process of rebuilding your muscles more efficient, more effective, and much more powerful. Now, let's talk about something I hear quite often. Many people believe fish like salmon is expensive or complicated to prepare. Maybe you've thought this yourself. You picture it as a fancy restaurant dish, beautifully plated but not something for everyday life. Or you worry about the price at the fish market, thinking, that's not for me. But let me share a little secret with you, it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be complicated. Frozen salmon fillets are often more affordable than fresh, and they keep for months in your freezer. There's also canned salmon, which is a wonderfully convenient option. Just open the can, drain it, and you're ready to enjoy its benefits. And if salmon is hard to find in your area, don't worry. Other oily fish like sardines, mackerel, or herring are just as powerful, just as nourishing. And for those of you who might not enjoy fish at all, there are still great options. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are fantastic plant-based sources of omega-3s. You can sprinkle them into your breakfast cereal, your yogurt, or blend them into a smoothie. Simple, easy, effective. Now, I always recommend aiming to include salmon, or its oily cousins, at least twice a week. That's a wonderful starting point. It's not about perfection. It's about small, steady steps that add up to big, lasting strength. Think of it like this. Every time you enjoy a meal with salmon, you're giving your muscles a gift. A gift of renewal. A gift of resilience. And isn't that what we all want, especially as we grow older? Not just to live, but to live strong. So now you know. Now you understand why this humble, often overlooked food deserves a special place on your plate. But wait, we're not done yet. Because while adding salmon or other oily fish to your diet is a fantastic move, there are hidden enemies lurking in many seniors' meals. Quiet, sneaky habits that work against your muscle health, speeding up the very loss we're trying so hard to slow down. I want to make sure you're not falling into these traps. So, let's keep going, my friend. Now that you know the hero food, let's explore the hidden risks that speed up muscle loss, so you can protect yourself fully. Stay with me, this is going to open your eyes in ways you might not expect. Now that we've uncovered the hero food that can work wonders for your muscles, we need to have an honest conversation, my friend. Because even the best foods in the world can only do so much if, quietly in the background, something else is working against you. And sadly, that's exactly what happens far too often. Let me tell you about Ms. Grace. Ah, Ms. Grace. She's a wonderful lady, full of charm and life. Even at 74, she still loves to host her friends for tea in the afternoons. Her laughter fills the room, and her stories, oh, her stories. They make everyone's day brighter. But there's something else about Ms. Grace. She has a bit of a sweet tooth. Every day, she treats herself to a warm cup of sweet tea, sometimes even 2 or 3, and alongside it, she enjoys those lovely pastries from the corner bakery. They're her little moments of joy, her small indulgences. But what a mess. Grace didn't realize was that, beneath the comfort of those sugary treats, her diet was quietly working against her. Bit by bit, without fanfare or warning, it was contributing to the very muscle loss she feared. And it's not just Ms. Grace, my friend, it happens to so many of us. You see, here's the simple truth. High sugar intake and processed foods lead to chronic inflammation inside the body. And when there's chronic inflammation, your muscles suffer. They weaken faster, they break down more easily, and your body struggles to rebuild them properly. Imagine it like a fire burning silently in your body's tissues. You can't see the flames, but they're smoldering, slowly damaging the precious muscle fibers that you've worked hard to maintain. It gets even trickier. Many seniors believe that at their age, diet changes won't make much of a difference. Maybe you've thought the same. You might have said to yourself, at my age, what's the point of changing what I eat now? Let me stop you right there. That's a very common misconception, but it's one I want you to let go of today. Because here's the truth that doesn't get said enough, your body remains remarkably responsive to positive changes, even in your later years. Yes, truly. It's never too late to give your body the care it deserves. Even small adjustments can lead to meaningful improvements in how you feel and move each day. So, what can you do about it? Let's talk about some simple, practical steps you can start right away. First, swap out those refined sugars for natural alternatives. Instead of sugary pastries, try a handful of berries or a slice of fresh apple. These natural fruits satisfy the sweet craving but also bring along vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants that protect your muscles. Next, limit those processed snacks. I know they're convenient, and they might seem harmless in small amounts, but they often hide unhealthy fats, sugars, and additives that contribute to inflammation. Try keeping healthier snacks on hand, like a small handful of unsalted nuts, yogurt with fruit, or whole grain crackers. And please, I can't say this enough, stay hydrated. Dehydration is a sneaky culprit. It drains your energy, affects your muscle function, and even increases the risk of muscle cramps and injuries. Make it a habit to sip water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Your muscles will thank you for it. Now, you might be wondering, does this really make a difference? Oh, absolutely. These small daily choices create a ripple effect. They help cool that silent fire of inflammation. They give your muscles a fighting chance to stay strong, resilient, and active. And they remind you that no matter your age, you have the power to nourish your body from the inside out. And here's something beautiful to remember: every time you choose a healthier option, you're not just feeding your body, you're honoring your future. You're saying, I choose strength. I choose life. I choose to keep moving forward. Now, as we move along on this journey together, I want to leave you with one final, powerful set of tools. Because while eating well is essential, there's even more you can do to keep your muscles in great shape, day by day. Yes, my friend, we've talked about what to add to your plate, and what to avoid in your diet. But what about your daily habits? The little things you do every day that either build your strength or quietly chip away at it. That's exactly where we're headed next. So stay with me. Finally, let's explore the easy, daily habits that keep your muscles strong over time. These are the habits that, when added to your new, smarter eating choices, will truly transform your journey to lasting strength. Let's keep going, because you deserve to live your golden years with power, confidence, and joy. Now, my friend, let's bring everything together. We've talked about the hidden dangers in your diet, we've talked about the powerhouse foods that fuel your muscles, but there's one more piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it might be the most powerful of all, because this is where knowledge becomes action. This is where you take control, day by day. Let me share the story of Mr. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed is 75 years young. Yes, I say young because age is just a number, and Mr. Ahmed proves it beautifully. For a while, though, he felt himself slowing down. He started feeling wobbly on his feet, a little unsure of his balance when stepping out of bed in the mornings. The energy he used to have just wasn't there anymore. But Mr. Ahmed made a decision, a simple, but life-changing one. Every morning, before breakfast, he began with just 5 minutes of gentle stretches. Nothing fancy. Just simple movements to wake up his body, rolling his shoulders, stretching his arms overhead, rotating his ankles while seated. And after that, he enjoyed a mindful breakfast, rich in protein. Sometimes it was a boiled egg with a piece of whole grain toast. Other days, a small bowl of yogurt sprinkled with flax seeds. Within just a few weeks, something beautiful happened. He noticed he could move with more confidence. His balance improved. His energy returned. And the sparkle in his eyes, that unmistakable sign of life well lived, came shining through once again. Now, you might be wondering, can such small habits really make that much of a difference? Oh, yes. Let me explain why. There's a beautiful dance that happens inside your body when you combine light physical activity with protein intake. When you move your body, even with simple activities like stretching, walking around the house, or tending to your garden, you send a powerful message to your muscles: wake up. Stay strong. Keep building. And when you follow that movement with protein, you give your muscles the raw materials they need to respond to that message. It's like giving the workers at your construction site the perfect tools and materials to do their job well. Science has a name for this: muscle protein synthesis. But you don't need to remember the term. Just know this: when you move and nourish your body together, you spark the very process that keeps your muscles alive, healthy, and strong. Now, here's something I want to gently clear up, because it's a very common misunderstanding. Many people think they have to join a gym or lift heavy weights to maintain muscle strength. They picture complex machines, crowded workout classes, or intimidating routines. But let me tell you something freeing: you don't need to go to a gym to stay strong. You don't need fancy equipment. Your home, your garden, your living room, these are all perfect places to care for your muscles. Take a walk around your yard. Do a few gentle chair exercises. Stretch while watching your favorite television program. Or tend to your plants and flowers. These daily, natural movements keep your muscles engaged in a way that feels joyful, not burdensome. And remember, always pair movement with good nutrition. For example, after your morning walk, enjoy a protein-rich snack. A slice of whole grain bread with peanut butter. A handful of nuts. A small yogurt with fruit. These simple, thoughtful choices compound over time, and they make an enormous difference. You see, it's not about perfection. It's about consistency. It's about giving your body gentle, daily reminders that you value it, that you care for it, and that you're committed to keeping it strong. And the beauty of it is, every time you make these small choices, you're building not just muscle, you're building hope. You're building confidence. You're building a life that allows you to keep doing the things you love, with the people you cherish. So as we come to the close of this journey together, let's have an honest, heart-to-heart conversation. Because this isn't just about muscles. No, it's about something much deeper. Before we close, let's talk about why this truly matters, for you, and for your loved ones. Because the choices you make today don't only impact you, they ripple out to the people who love you and cherish every moment spent by your side. Let's go there, together. Now, my friend, let's pause here for a moment. Let's take a breath together. Because this right here, is where the heart of it all truly lies. I know it's not easy. It's not easy to feel your body change in ways you didn't expect. It's not easy to wake up and notice that certain movements are slower, that tasks which once felt effortless now carry a quiet weight. And it's certainly not easy to watch a loved one struggle, to see their hands tremble as they lift a cup, or to hear the hesitation in their voice as they talk about going for a walk, worried they might lose their balance. It hurts. Deeply. Not just physically, but emotionally too. Because you remember the days of strength, of independence, of ease. You remember the joy of moving without thinking, the freedom of not worrying about slips or falls, or the quiet fear of growing weaker. But here's what I want you to hold close to your heart: even though this journey of aging carries its challenges, it also brings something beautiful, an opportunity. An opportunity to face these moments not with fear, but with courage. Not with surrender, but with quiet, steady determination. Because with a little bit of awareness, with a sprinkle of daily effort, and with the kindness of nourishing your body well, you can regain your strength and confidence. Yes, you can. You have more power in your hands than you might realize. It starts today. Right now, as you're listening to this. Today is a new beginning. Start simple. Prepare that nourishing salmon dinner we talked about earlier, or if salmon isn't available, reach for its friendly alternatives, sardines, mackerel, or even a spoonful of flaxseed stirred into your yogurt. Take a gentle walk around your home or garden, even if it's just for 5 minutes to start. Feel the ground beneath your feet, feel the strength returning with each step. Sip water throughout your day. Keep your muscles hydrated and happy, because even this small act matters more than words can say. And above all, remember this truth: aging does not mean giving up. Let me say that again, so it truly sinks in: aging does not mean giving up. Aging means rising to the occasion with love. With care. With dignity. With the quiet, unstoppable strength that has carried you through every chapter of life so far. You are not alone in this journey. You never have been. There is a whole community here, cheering you on. There is wisdom to guide you, and there is hope lighting the path ahead. So, take that first step today, no matter how small it feels. Every step counts. Every choice matters. And every moment you choose strength over surrender is a moment of triumph. I believe in you. I truly do. And more importantly, I want you to believe in yourself. Because your muscles, your strength, your well-being, they're not things of the past. They're still yours, right now, waiting for you to claim them. Let's walk this path together. And as we come toward the close of our time today, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. Because I don't just want you to feel inspired, I want you to feel equipped, empowered, and ready for what comes next. Let's take a moment to recap everything we've shared, so it stays with you long after this video ends. So, my friend, before we part ways today, let's take a quiet moment together to look back at this beautiful journey we've shared. Let's recap the key points, so they're fresh in your mind, ready to guide you as you go about your day. First, we opened our eyes to the reality of muscle loss as we age. We saw how, like Mr. Johnson in his garden, it can creep up slowly and silently, but that doesn't mean we are helpless. We learned that this natural process, called sarcopenia, is common but not inevitable. Then, we uncovered the vital role of protein. Remember the house we talked about? Protein is your bricks, your structure. Without enough of it, your body's house begins to weaken. But with the right amounts, you rebuild your strength from the inside out. Next, we revealed the star of the show, the powerhouse food that supports aging muscles, salmon. Rich in high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids, salmon and its oily fish cousins are true gifts for your body. They fight inflammation, promote repair, and keep you feeling strong and capable. But we didn't stop there. We went even deeper and explored the hidden dietary risks that speed up muscle loss. Like dear Ms. Grace, whose sweet treats were quietly working against her strength. We talked about how high sugar and processed foods fuel chronic inflammation and quietly erode your muscle health. And finally, we shared the simple, daily habits that can make all the difference, like Mr. Ahmed and his gentle morning stretches and mindful meals. We discovered that it's not about heavy workouts or complicated routines. It's about pairing small movements with nourishing choices every day, consistently building your strength one step at a time. Now, my friend, I'd love to hear from you. Truly, I would. Which of these habits are you already doing? Maybe you've started enjoying a protein-rich breakfast, or maybe you've been taking those morning strolls. Or perhaps today's video inspired you to try something new, like adding salmon to your meals, or swapping sugary snacks for fresh fruits. Whatever it is, I want to know. Share with me in the comments below. Your story matters, and I personally read every single one. Yes, every single one. Your words not only encourage me but also inspire others in our community who are walking this same path alongside you. And if this video brought you even a small moment of clarity, or a spark of motivation, I invite you to take one simple step right now. Give this video a like, it's a small click that makes a big difference. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, Elder Mature Moments. Every week, we come together here to share heartfelt advice, practical guidance, and gentle encouragement to help you live your golden years in strength, dignity, and joy. We're building a family here. A family that lifts each other up, that believes in living fully at every stage of life. And I would be truly honored to have you as part of it. As we close today, I want to thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for spending this precious time with me. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here, investing in yourself, and that tells me something wonderful about you. It tells me you care. It tells me you're ready. And it tells me you believe in the beautiful strength that still lives inside you. So until we meet again, stay strong. Stay informed. Stay hopeful. And I'll see you in the next video, right here, on Elder Mature Moments. Take care, my dear friend.